If you're headed back to school or have a child considering higher education next year, it's time to start thinking about tuition.
And unfortunately, the Better Business Bureau says scammers play on students looking for those types of scholarships. So the BBB Samantha Gillihan joins us now. So what do students really need to start watching out for?
Yeah, so this is tough because you're already looking for money for school and there's people looking to take that money, money you don't have away from you.
Yikes.
So one thing you really need to look out for is anytime it says there's going to be a small fee for a scholarship, never pay for a scholarship. This is the biggest red flag. Scholarships are given to the student with no strings attached other than qualifying, so there should never be any financial obligation by the student. So and anytime they say that the scholarship is guaranteed or your money back, there are no guaranteed scholarships. They're awarded based on merit and academics and things like that. So until they're reviewed, no one can really guarantee who's going to be getting what. So that's another big red flag. And of course the whole money back thing implies that you've put money into it in the first place. Do not pay for scholarships. They are free to students.
Man, and I've seen this before. You have like a search engine that says like, oh, we'll help you find scholarships. What about some of those organizations?
Exactly. So these places that say, hey, we're going to do all the work for you. Sit back, relax, and the money will roll in. Well, most scholarships work because the student applies, does the application, submits a project, whatever it is, but it has to be student work. So if somebody's claiming that they can do the work for you, well, they're either plagiarizing for your student or they're just not actually doing anything except getting money from you or getting personal information from you. So your student needs to be the one filling out the applications and submitting the projects and things like that to even qualify. So that's another big red flag. And of course, anytime you get something that says, hey, you've been selected for a scholarship, if you didn't apply for a scholarship, you haven't won a scholarship. And that's another way that scammers are trying to get money or personal information out of you by telling you, hey, you've won something, just give us your debit card and some personal information and we'll get that money to you right away.
Oh, that's just awful. So
Yeah.
I'm going to just go out on a limb and say that there's probably some fake scholarships out there that are trying to get students information.
Absolutely. So some of these are just ways to get personal information, and bad guys are looking for any way to do this, and this is a huge demographic, and it's people who maybe aren't as savvy as somebody who's been out in the world for a long time. So your student is going to be susceptible to giving personal information over. So look out for anything that contains these red flags that asks for too much personal information or financial information, and check to see where the scholarship is coming from. It should be coming from a legitimate source. If you can't find that information, just move on.
All
Wow.
right.
Scary stuff.
Scary stuff. Yeah,
absolutely.
it's a lot. So students need to just tiptoe and ask for lots of help from people who've, teachers, parents, things like that. So.
Man, yeah, and as always, if you want more information on scams and how the BBB can help, head on over to our website, localnews8.com, and click on Scams.